Hailey are on the verge of divorce, and their marriage was never about love.
Well, folks, grab your popcorn because the Hollywood romance we've all been watching, like Hawks, has finally reached its breaking point after months of speculation and whispered rumors. The truth about Justin and Hailey Biebers' marriage is finally out in the open, and it's coming from none other than Hailey's closest confidant, Kendall Jenner. But before we get into it, make sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to never miss out on any new videos. It's free and helps us tremendously. Bring out new content for your enjoyment. Let's be real. We've all seen the signs, the separate public appearances, the cryptic Instagram stories, and those suspiciously staged paparazzi shots that screamed, "Everything's fine," when it clearly wasn't. For months, the power couple has been trying to maintain their picture-perfect image, dropping breadcrumbs of marital bliss on social media while reportedly living separate lives behind closed doors. You know how the saying goes, where there's smoke, there's usually fire and honey. This situation has been smoldering for a while now, despite their best efforts to keep up appearances with coordinated PR moves and strategic social media posts. Sources close to the couple have been quietly feeding the rumor mill with tales of growing tension and irreconcilable differences. The real kicker, their inner circle can't keep quiet anymore. One by one, friends and insiders are starting to speak up, painting a very different picture from the loved-up couple we've been seeing on Instagram. And now Kendall Jenner, who's been Hailey's ride-or-die bestie since their modeling days, has finally broken her silence about what's really going on behind those perfectly filtered photos and designer outfits. It's worth noting that this isn't just another tabloid rumor or social media speculation. When someone as close to the situation as Kendall starts talking, you know, things are serious after all. She's been there through it all, the whirlwind romance, the surprise engagement, and now apparently the end of what seemed like a fairy tale marriage. Let's dive into what Kendall had to say about one of Hollywood's most talked about couples calling it quits. And trust me, it's not the story Justin and Hailey have been trying to sell us. Word on the street is that things aren't exactly sunshine and rainbows in the Bieber household, and this time, the gossip's coming from someone who actually knows what's going down during a swanky Hollywood shindig. Last week, Kendall Jenner apparently spilled some major details about her BFF Hailey's marriage situation. And let's just say it's not looking good. You know how it goes at these fancy industry parties after a few drinks, even the most tight-lipped celebs let their guard down. That's exactly what went down. When Kendall was chatting with her inner circle, not realizing that others were within earshot, several partygoers caught wind of the conversation, and while nobody whipped out their phone to record it, thank goodness for small mercies, the story's been making rounds through Tinseltown's grapevine. Look, we've all noticed something's been off lately. Remember when Justin and Hailey were practically joined at the hip now? We're lucky if we see them grab coffee together. Their social media game has changed too. Gone are those lovey-dovey posts and gushing comments. Instead, we're getting solo shots and business updates, not exactly screaming happily ever after, right? The really interesting part, when you start connecting the dots, everything Kendall supposedly shared matches up with what we've been seeing. Their recent public appearances have been giving off major, "we're trying too hard" vibes. And don't even get me started on their body language in those paparazzi shots in his Instagram posts. One person wrote on X, "Justin Bieber had a mental breakdown." Let's talk about the elephant in the room. These two lovebirds haven't exactly been giving us those cute couple moments we're used to. Lately, sure, everyone jumped on the pregnancy bandwagon to explain their time apart. But let's be real. Since when does having a baby mean you can't walk through the same door as your spouse? The real eye-opener was that church drama in March. I mean, we're all familiar with Justin's spiritual side. It's basically his thing. But when he started doing the solo church run, showing up and dipping out alone while Hailey snuck out the back with her squad, that's when people really started raising their eyebrows. It's giving very much we're avoiding each other, but trying to keep it low-key energy. And don't even get me started on that Instagram saga from February in 2025. who accidentally unfollows their spouse. Like, seriously, we all know that finger has to press that unfollow button pretty deliberately. Sure, Justin hit that follow button again faster than you can say damage control once people noticed, but the internet never forgets. Honey, his PR team probably had a collective heart attack during those few hours. The thing is, when you put all these pieces together, the separate exits, the social media drama, the dwindling couple appearances, it's starting to paint a pretty clear picture. And it's not exactly the romantic masterpiece they've been trying to sell us all this time. And remember when these two couldn't stop swooning over each other in interviews? Now we're lucky if they even mention each other's names. But it was that interview in March that really got people talking when Hailey pulled the whole "my child's father" card instead of saying "my husband." I mean, ouch, that's the kind of subtle shade that speaks volumes if you ask me. But here's where things get really interesting. Papa Baldwin himself hit the panic button on social media back in January when your own father-in-law is publicly begging for divine intervention. You know, "something's cooking," that Instagram post asking for prayers, wasn't just your typical blessed post. It was basically a spiritual SOS now about those whispers from Kendall's corner. Apparently there's more to this story than just growing apart word. Justin's been fighting some serious personal battles this past year. We all know he's been super open about his mental health journey before. But sources say things have taken a pretty rough turn lately. It's actually kind of heartbreaking when you think about it. Sometimes even all the love in the world can't fix. What's going on inside turns out he's also really messed up about the fact that Selena released a whole album. And he thinks it's about him, one fan wrote on X. Hailey Bieber needs to divorce Justin and be the full custodian over their son. Justin is edging a crash out like we have never seen before, or he's doing this crazy, weird promote new music. I'm not going with the latter, though the really sad part, this isn't just about two celebrities hitting a rough patch. It's about real people struggling with real issues when Kendall supposedly spilled the tea about Justin's struggles. It wasn't. Gossip so much as genuine concern from someone who's watched this whole situation unfold from the inside word on the street is that Hailey's reached her breaking point. And honestly, can you blame her? She's got a 5-month-old to think about now, and apparently Justin's behavior isn't exactly giving Father of the Year. Vibe sources say she's not just thinking about walking away, she's got her eyes on that $300 million prize too. I mean, raising a baby in Hollywood isn't cheap, right? But here's where things get really wild. Turns out, Justin's got bigger problems than just his marriage falling apart. The whole Diddy situation has him seriously spooked. Like, we're talking major anxiety about potentially having to spill the tea in court, and let's be real, nobody wants to be caught up in that mess, especially not when you're trying to keep your own life from unraveling. Between the new baby Justin's reported struggles and this looming legal drama, it's starting to sound less like paradise and more like an episode of a reality show gone wrong. And with Hailey allegedly ready to call it quits, well, let's just say 2025 might be the year the Bieber fairy tale comes to an end. And some time ago, everyone was celebrating Justin's sobriety journey, but apparently that train has jumped the tracks. And Hailey's watching her worst fears play out in real time. Those Aspen photos, total red flags. And don't even get me started on that bizarre "let's hang out in the snow half-naked" episode, giving serious 2014 Justin vibes. And not in a good way. Listen, we've all seen the recent pics from New York. And let's be honest, our boy's not looking his best. The word gaunt doesn't even begin to cover it. And that whole Instagram drama, please. "My account was hacked" is literally the 2025 version of "my dog ate my homework." Nobody's buying it. Justin, the really heartbreaking part, Hailey's been riding this roller coaster for 6 whole years, trying to be the supportive wife through all his ups and downs. But now with baby Jack in the picture, the stakes are totally different. She's got a tiny human to protect. And Mama Bear mode is in full effect. Sources are saying she's basically drawn a line in the sand. Either Justin gets it together or she's out. And can we blame her when your husband's mental health is spiraling and he's posting concerning content on social media? Sometimes love isn't enough, especially when there's a 5-month-old baby involved. It's like watching a slow motion car crash and everyone's just hoping Justin hits the brakes before it's too late. But from what we're hearing, Hailey's already got one foot out the door, and her priority is crystal clear. It's all about protecting little Jack now. So what do you think? Comment down below and let us know if you liked this video. Click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to be the first to see my next video. I post updates like this every week where I uncover the secrets of your favorite celebrities, music,